up guys, it's NashCrafter and welcome to my channel for another episode of our Let's Play Minecraft series, just regular old vanilla Minecraft. So we're back here and I am actually recording this almost directly after recording the last episode, so I haven't uploaded the last episode yet. I just got so excited to play. I've been loving this new world and I'm just stoked to be playing. So I edited my video and I was just like, oh, this is so sweet, like this is so sick. So I'm back here recording episode 2 right after, so I haven't seen your guys' comments or feedback on the last episode, but I really hope you're enjoying that first episode because it truly, like, oh gosh, I can't explain how excited I was to actually be playing that first episode. So today I do have a plan. Today we're going to be doing farms, and I know I said that I wasn't going to do farms on camera. They're kind of, you know, I just wasn't going to do them, but I thought about that a little bit, and basically this whole area behind us where our starter house is kind of a farming valley, kind of a farming area, and I want to kind of play on that. So I wanted to show you guys what the house looks like. So you guys know that in the last episode I added kind of a fun, cool twist to my videos, and I really thought it turned out really cool. So I hope you guys, again, I hope you guys like that little kind of twist. We're going to be doing that in today's episode as well. But this is the house. So this is what it looks like, just, you know, in regular default, the default texture pack, no shaders, no nothing to it. It's just looking like this, and I think it looks pretty good. I think I like this style, and I think it'll fit this village pretty well. So I'm really excited. There's also something I want to show you guys on the inside. So if you take a look here on the ground, I have 3 dogs. Now I'm going to insert a clip here of me actually finding the dogs. I did this off camera, but I wanted to show you guys that I found the dogs, and I got 3 of them. So we do need names for these guys. If you have any suggestions on names, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. I would love to name 3 of these dogs after your guys' comments and suggestions. I think that would be so awesome. Aside from that, I did a little bit of interior decorating, not too much, honestly. I'm not too, I was kind of lost. I didn't really know where to go with the interior here, so I'm still kind of working on it. And for some reason, this dog always just stays up here. Even if I, like, lift him up, he won't walk away, which is kind of weird. But this is the mom and the dad, and this was the baby when I first got him, so pretty awesome. But other than that, I really haven't done too much. But here in this world, we are off to a good start, and I'm super excited. So I was thinking we could go down here, and this could be where our farms are. So I started a little bit of a farming area, nothing too crazy. I wanted to get myself some pumpkins because I want to use them as a lighting source. I've also got some wheat over here, and then just some sugar cane running along this kind of water area over here. I really love this horse too, and I really want to have him as our main horse, but I need a saddle, so I need to go get a saddle or make a fish farm or something like that. So I'll probably do that in a upcoming episode. So for today's episode, I wanted to make our farms, kind of like I said, and I also want to make myself a little farming shack. Now I think I was gonna put it like right up here or something. Was I gonna put it here? I think I was gonna put it right here, just a small little shack, nothing too crazy. And then this whole area is basically just gonna be farmland, just vast, awesome farmland, and it's gonna kind of curve around and go up and sort of around our house. Now I'm not really planning this out. We're just gonna kind of go with the flow and see what works, and I'm hoping it all works out well. And also in between episodes, I did catch myself 2 of each of the mobs. So I got cows, I got 2 cows, I got 2 sheep, 2 pigs, and 2 chickens down there. So we're also going to be starting possibly some small animal farms. We're not going to be focusing on animals today. I might do the animals off camera because I don't know if that'll be too interesting. But yeah, so today, farms. I need to first go down and chop all of these pumpkins. So I'm just going to be making jack-o'-lanterns as a way of lighting up our farms. And then I also need to move this area because this is right in the main section of where our farming area is going to be. So we can't have all this here. So there's a little bit more terraforming that I do need to do. I need to fill this water channel back up, and I also need to kind of do something with this hole over here, as well as this giant hole down here. This is kind of in the way, and I want to cover it up. I don't think I'll be, you know, doing anything with this area. It's just kind of a cave system that I don't think I'll be using. So basically what I'm going to do is just cover it up. Easy peasy, nothing too crazy there. But let's just go in and fill this up. So as you guys know, in the last episode, I did kind of a really cool, actually, well, I think it's cool. I don't know what you guys will think yet because I haven't read your comments, but I did a flip-flop in between shaders and default. And I want to know what you guys think about that. If you haven't seen the last episode, you should check it out because it was really, really fun. Really awesome episode. At least for me, I thought it was really fun. And I kind of did something that I really want to incorporate into this series as a whole, and that is by switching from shaders to our, you know, regular default, you know, no shaders, I guess you could say. And I was wondering what you guys thought of that. Did you like it? Do you think it's cool? Because we're going to be doing it later in the episode, and if you guys haven't seen the last episode, I would really, really love your opinions and thoughts on it, because personally, I think it's going to be a really cool thing. I don't know. I just love the way shaders looks, and I know a lot of you guys do too. So I think it's going to be a good choice. I think it's going to be awesome. So I've been filling up this hole over here, and I need a lot more dirt because I need dirt for over here, and then I also need some dirt to kind of cover up this cave looking thing over here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you guys for just a second. I'm going to go gather up a bunch of dirt, and then I'll be right back and we'll fill in this hole. Alright guys, so I have terraformed everything and it's looking pretty good. Now I didn't do too great of a job. I still have a creeper down there that is creeping, and still a hole up here, but we're going to fix those things later. They're not going to be, you know, they're not going to get in the way of today's design, so it should be fine. But this area is a lot more flattened out and a lot more smoother, so I'm thinking this is going to be pretty cool. Now I kind of laid out a pathway over here as well, and what I'm thinking is there's going to be, I thought this was a really cool feature, and this kind of almost looks like a hidden pathway. So I thought this would be cool to make into an actual hidden pathway, and it goes right the way up into our house. So pretty nice. And then we could walk down this way, the path kind of continues, and then it wraps around. And I think what it's going to do is wrap up and around onto this hill where we could possibly have more buildings. So I'm just trying to do some brainstorming, some planning of our area here, because I think that's good when you're trying to, especially if you're trying to make a big kind of centralized area for like all different buildings and farms and things. I think it's cool to lay it out at least in your head, and then you can kind of get the creative juices flowing. But so what we need to do is we need to get all of the water placed in, or at least dig out holes for water. So what I'm thinking is there's going to be a little bit of I think what I'm going to do, actually this might look kind of funny right now, but I'm going to lay out a pathway. So pretty much everything else is going to be wheat from this point inward. So I'm also going to need to get myself some carrot farms and some potato farms. And I was thinking about having those off in this direction. So I think what I want to do is kind of make a kind of a cut in between the two farms, and I'm just going to do something like this. And this might look a little weird, but I'm hoping it'll come together and look cool. Alright guys, so you can see that I've laid out the path here in the center. So it's got this just nice little flow to it. I didn't want to make it a perfect straight line. I wanted it to have some natural curves to it, and I think that looks really good. So this over here, everywhere in between this line and around the edge is all going to be wheat. So it's going to be covered in wheat all the way over to this path over here, and it should look pretty nice. Then everything over here on this side, kind of coming around to where I've made this like sort of wall here. I'm going to fill this in later, but this is all going to be potatoes and carrots. So pretty good. I think I'm actually going to add another line through here as well. So here we go. I've done a lot of terraforming. I think terraforming really can add to any space, basically. If you're trying to kind of make something look new and fresh and interesting, I think terraforming is good. So I think we'll start here, and basically what I did was I just kind of did a straight line and then I put a jog in it like that, and we'll meet that up with that one. So if we come up to the top here, we can see that's going to kind of separate things and make things a little bit more even. So we've got our potatoes maybe on this side, our carrots right over here against this wall, and then our wheat all over there on that side. So this is going to be a very big farm. You guys can see this is huge. We're going to have so much wheat and things like that, but that's going to be good. That's kind of the point of this whole area. It's going to be very, very farming oriented. So the next thing I need to do is I need to go in and put spaces for water. So we need a lot of water to hydrate this area, and we just need little water pockets basically. And what I'm going to do is I'll probably do that off camera with you guys, but just like in our last episode, I wanted to switch over to shaders. So I think this would be a really good time to switch over into shaders just so you guys can check it out. So without further ado, we're going to switch right now. I laid out all of the water holes where I think we need water. Now, I wanted to space them out as much as I possibly could so that, you know, I don't have all these tiny little holes everywhere, just in certain spots. So this is the areas that I thought the water should be, and I lined them up, and I also made each of them too deep except for this one. I made most of them too deep so I could add a jack-o'-lantern to the bottom to hopefully light up each of these areas. Now I think this should work. I'm not entirely sure. I also made this little spot up here just a little bit bigger. And I think there might be a couple places that are missing, but we're gonna have to see here. So I'm gonna make myself some jack-o'-lanterns really quick. So I've got 14 jack-o'-lanterns, and I think this should be okay. Now I think if I put them one deep into the ground, if I put them under the water, they still should provide light. I'm hoping at least. I hope they provide light. I'm not sure if this works, but we're gonna see. We're just gonna test it and see. That's what this is all about. We're gonna see what works here. So I think I put one back here. There we go. And I hope I have enough jack-o'-lanterns for all of these. And there we go. So I used up all of the jack-o'-lanterns that I have, and I want to pop down and collect all the blocks that I missed on the way. So there are a couple holes over here that are missing, so I need 2 more jack-o'-lanterns. I'll probably need a few more. So what I need to do is plant some kind of away from this area. I think what I'll do is I'll actually, let's see, I have some water buckets here, so we'll just plant some right up here. I'm not really doing anything special here, just planting a few, just so maybe we could have a few extra here for when we need to put water in them. So next thing I need to do is go through and put just water right on top, and that should let the light through, so that should work. I'm hoping this works. I'm not sure. So I've just been filling my water buckets up here at our little pond, which is super nice. So then we can fill these up. And this is super easy. So I'm going to leave you guys for just a second while I do this. So then the next thing I'm going to do just to test out the areas that actually reach water is I'm going to go around and hoe all of the land and hope that every spot gets filled with water. So I'm just going to start over here in this corner, and let's see, I want to let's take this out because that doesn't really make a lot of sense being there. So what we can do is just do some of this. So the water should cover out by 4 on each side. So going 1, 2, 3, 4. And it should stop there. So this water source should cover all the way up to here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, it will cover all the way up to there. So this is the area that this specific water source covers. Now you guys can see that it's starting to reach all of the corners, which is really good. Now we're gonna have a problem over here with these corners, this little corner right here, so I might need to add a water source in here. Now the way I wanted to do this was super organized, so I just wanted to do them exactly in rows, so you guys can see these are in rows, they're spaced out the exact same. These ones are in rows, they're spaced out the exact same. So, and it goes across in a grid pattern, but that's not necessarily going to cover every single spot. So we might have to go back in later and kind of add a few spots that are kind of random. So now this water source should cover 1, 2, 3, 4, and it should reach all 4 of these. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You guys have seen this a million times. I'm sure I don't need to go over this with you. So I'm going to get this done really quick, and I'll be back with you guys. Alright guys, so a little bit of a progress update. You guys can see that this is starting to fill in and everything is looking really good. Now one thing I noticed And, you know, I really haven't messed too much with the specifics of how these things work, so I'm actually learning as we're going through this. Now, I didn't know that water sources could actually transfer like a block lower, and I'm surprised to see that these actually cover the tilled soil down here, which is so awesome, because I was kind of wondering, I was like, oh, how am I going to make this work? But it actually does cover it, and it's super sweet. So this is going to make things a lot easier. Another thing I've noticed is that it doesn't seem to want to go up a block. So it will go down and water this soil down by 1 block. But I did hoe this one and it didn't seem to want to go up a block. So that's very interesting. It's good to know. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I'm going to have to figure something else out. See, you guys can see it just changed. So it's actually not going to water a block above, which again, kind of stinks, but that's okay. We can always figure something else out, and it's good to know these things, you know, while we're doing it here to kind of test things out. Guys, check it out. My dogs are actually playing in the water, which I think is kind of cool, and they keep like shaking off. It's the cutest thing, and I just thought I'd share this with you guys. I've been at work like crazy working on the farms. I'll show you guys in just a second, but I actually breeded these guys together again, and I got another puppy. So he's the cutest little thing. I dyed his collar pink, and it's just so freaking cute. So if you guys have any names, again, leave them down below. I now have 4 dogs. I'm turning into a crazy dog lady, but it's awesome. Look at how freaking cute they are. That's so cool. And then there's this guy. He wants to hang out with the other ones, so I think I'm going to let him. There we go. So then I wanted to show you guys what I've been doing. So this is what it looks like so far. Now you guys can actually get an idea of how big these farms actually are going to be. So things have been crazy. I've been collecting seeds along the way. I don't have as much carrots or potatoes, but that's fine, because once I plant them, then I'll grow more. But the thing that I've been having trouble with is I actually don't have enough pumpkins. So there's a few spots that I can't really continue because I do need that lighting source underneath. And actually, you know what I could do? I guess I could still fill them up with water and then just go and put in the lighting sources later. I think I might do that. So that should be pretty good, and I think I'm just going to finish this up. I'll come back with you guys and I'll show you the finished product. Alright guys, so I've gotten all the water in. You can tell there's some spots that it doesn't look as organized as when I started, so there's some spots kind of randomly placed everywhere, but honestly we're going to work with it, and I think once all the wheat is grown you won't even be able to tell, so hopefully that's the way it goes. I have a ton of seeds here, so what I want to do is actually go and put in all our seeds, and hopefully this looks pretty cool. So we're just going to make kind of rows like this, and I'm definitely not going to have enough, but that's okay. Like I said, it's going to grow, and then we can always use the extra seeds to fill in the rest. So I've used all of my seeds up, and this is how much I got covered. So not even half, but that's okay. So it should grow over time, and by the next episode you guys will see that this thing should be full of seeds and wheat, and it'll be really good. We'll have food for days, but it should be pretty awesome. Now I need to go put in our carrots and our potatoes, and I think I want the carrots on this side because I'm going to be using more carrots. I'll probably use them to breed our pigs together, and then we'll go on the other side and we'll put our potatoes. So right along here, and it's starting to get dark, so I need to hurry up a little bit, and it's looking pretty good. So this is going to start to fill up over time, and it's just going to be full of crops. It's going to be this huge area full of crops. So now what I'm going to do is head back. I've got all of my dogs sitting out here. Hopefully they'll follow me. I don't actually think they will. These ones seem to like kind of have a mind of their own. I don't even know. I don't really know what they're following or chasing, but they don't seem to want to follow me anywhere. This one is very obedient. He is very awesome, and he's been following me. He's been staying in the house. So the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to spruce this place up a little bit. I'm going to add some paths. Now I know I said I was going to make a little kind of house area for all of our crops to sit in, but I think I'll do that off camera because it's just going to be a little hut. It's not going to be anything too special. I got a lot to do, so I'm going to finish up just a little bit of the cosmetic stuff around here, and I'll be right back with you guys to end out the episode. Alright guys, so I'm here to finish out the episode, and I did just a little bit of work. Nothing too crazy. I'll probably do a little bit more off camera. Kind of update you guys on at the beginning of the next episode, so stay tuned for that. Should be pretty cool. But this is turning out pretty well. So what I did was I didn't like how this had kind of a gradual slope. So if we head over here, I've got this nice little path. And if we come through, we can look on this other side here. So you guys can see that right over there off towards the center of the screen, you can see that I brought that level up by 1. So it was dropped down, and I didn't think that looked very good, just because it made it super easy for you to fall into the farms. And I didn't want that because, first thing, I don't want zombies trotting in this area as much as possible, but I still want it to look good. But this is the best way I could figure out how to do that. So now I've got some fence here, and it's a little bit more of a steeper drop. And then right over here, I added a path weaving through. I'm happy with it, and it's going to head right over here, and then right up here is where that little shack is going to be. So I'll probably do that off camera. Look, our dog is chilling. So it's looking pretty good. And like I said, I need to finish filling in the rest of the wheat and the rest of the plants over here. And I like it. I think it's awesome. I think it's, it's all going to flow together. It's all going to come together. I did decide to break up some of the fence posts here. I thought it would look a little bit better if it was broken up. So that is going to be it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you guys so much on the last episode for doing that mini Q&A with me. It was awesome. I love answering your questions. I think it's so fun. And if you missed the last episode, I recommend you check it out because we've been working on some pretty cool things in this new world, and I hope you guys are really liking this Let's Play. But I will see you guys in the next episode. I hope you all have a very beautiful, wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.